The message came in at 12:14 in the afternoon. I remember the time because I stared at it long enough for the screen to dim. Mom, you don't really fit in at this party. It's more of a networking thing. Don't come. It'll just be awkward. You'll feel like a burden. There was no emoji. No softening phrase, just efficiency. For a moment, I thought I'd misread it. I even adjusted my glasses, as if clearer vision might rearrange the words into something kinder. But they stayed where they were. Burden. I'd already bought the wine she likes, the expensive kind she says makes her look established. It was sitting on the counter. I'd planned to wrap it in gold paper. I sat down at the kitchen table and let the quiet settle. I wasn't crying. I wasn't furious. I was trying to locate myself in the sentence. Not welcome, not fitting in. A burden. It's strange how quickly the mind starts reorganizing history when something finally snaps into focus. The first apartment she couldn't afford but needed for her career image. The car lease she insisted would be temporary. The credit card balance I paid off twice because she was between opportunities. The monthly transfers labeled groceries, utilities, insurance, all practical. All reasonable in isolation. All invisible in rooms where I apparently didn't belong. I tried to tell myself she was nervous about impressing someone. That maybe I didn't match the aesthetic she was building. That perhaps she thought she was protecting me from feeling out of place. But she hadn't said, I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. She'd said, you'll be a burden. The word felt financial. I stood up and walked to my office. Not dramatically. Not in a rage, just with a clarity I hadn't had before. I opened my laptop and logged into the accounts I'd set up years ago when she needed little help. The car lease was in my name. I'd co-signed it when she didn't qualify. Insurance under my policy. Automatic payments drafted from my checking account. I'd told myself it was temporary stability. Temporary had lasted 3 years. My finger hovered over the account page. This wasn't about revenge. It wasn't about humiliating her. It was about alignment. If I was too heavy socially, perhaps I was too heavy financially too. I called the leasing company first. Calm voice. Policy questions. Early termination clause. They informed me that voluntary surrender was possible. There would be fees. I said I understood. Then I canceled the insurance coverage tied to that vehicle, effective immediately. I moved through the process the way I'd once helped her move into dorms, methodical, steady, focused. Each confirmation email arrived quietly, no thunder, no dramatic music. Just administrative finality. 20 minutes later, my phone rang. I didn't answer at first. I let it vibrate across the desk once. Twice. Then I picked it up. What did you do? She said. No greeting. In the background, I could hear movement, doors, a muffled male voice giving instructions. The unmistakable metallic clink of a tow chain. I adjusted some accounts, I said. They're taking my car. Her voice cracked in a way I hadn't heard since she was 15. You can't do this. I have people coming tonight. This is insane. I pictured the parking lot of her apartment complex. Neighbors peeking through blinds. A clipboard. A truck with flashing amber lights. Authority doesn't yell, it documents. The lease is in my name, I said quietly. So is the insurance. You're ruining everything, she snapped. Do you know how this looks? I almost laughed at that. Not because it was funny. Because it was revealing. How it looks. I realized something today, I said. My voice surprised me by not shaking. If I don't fit into your party, I probably don't fit into your expenses either. There was a pause. Then louder panic. Mom, this is so petty. This is vindictive. It wasn't. That was the strange part. I wasn't trying to hurt her. I wasn't trying to teach her a cinematic lesson. I was trying to stop participating in something that had quietly hollowed me out. I'm not angry, I told her. But I can't finance being unwanted. You're overreacting. The tow truck engine revved in the background. A door slammed. Someone said, Ma'am, you'll need to step back. I felt something inside me settle. For years, I had stepped forward whenever she panicked. Paid the fee. Smoothed the situation. absorbed the consequence. Tonight, for the first time, procedure was moving without me interrupting it. "Call me tomorrow," I said. "When you're ready to talk without shouting." She hung up before I could say goodbye. I stayed at my desk for a long time after that. My hands were trembling now, but not from triumph. From grief. Because boundaries are colder than generosity. The wine was still on the counter when I walked back into the kitchen. I picked it up, considered it, then set it back down. I wasn't going to attend a party I wasn't invited to. I also wasn't going to pretend this didn't hurt. Outside it began to snow. Soft, steady flakes that blurred the streetlights. I thought about Christmas mornings when she was small. How she used to crawl into my bed before sunrise, unable to contain herself. How she once cried because she thought Santa might forget us if we didn't leave enough cookies. Back then, I was not a burden, I was gravity, I was center. Somewhere along the way, help had turned into expectation. Expectation into entitlement, and I had cooperated every step of the way because it felt easier than risking distance. Tonight, distance arrived anyway. My phone buzzed once more an hour later. A text this time. "This isn't over." I stared at it. She was right. It wasn't. This could harden her. It could push her further away. It could become the story she tells about her unreasonable mother. Or it could be the first moment she experiences adulthood without a cushion. I don't know which it will be. What I do know is that when I lay down that night, the house felt different. Quieter. Not empty, just unleveraged. I had not won anything, but I had stopped paying to lose.